What's going on, brothers? I'm I'm in the pound in the gym right now, and I'm sitting here thinking, like, yo, do men talk about emotional health? Like, is that something that is that safe for us to talk about? You feel me? I don't know. Maybe I'm triggered. I just got this. I just saw this article where the good brother Will Smith, like, even after the Oscar slap and the whole entanglement and all that, trying to hold this marriage together. Now his wife is dropping a new book, and the first topic of advertisement on this book is her talking about him and talking about how miserable she is and how they've been separated for 7 years. And I'm like, yo, this brother been trying to hold it down for a minute. But it made me think, because I've been in a bad relationship or two myself, where, like, as men, we do what we supposed to do to hold down the household, right? The few of us that do what we supposed to do ain't in them streets, ain't running around, trying to honor and respect what's going on in the household. And then we get slandered, we get talked about, you feel me? Like, it's a lot of weight that we carry on our shoulders. Like, and we can handle the weight physically. Like, I'm in my gym, we can handle it physically, right? But the emotional weight, like, who do men go to talk to? Like, and I know in the black community, there's a stigma where when the way I was raised, we don't go to counselors. I'm changing my tune on that a little bit. You know what I mean? I've been to a counselor or two, like, for some relationship and some marriage counseling, but on some one-on-one type stuff, like, I think I'm gonna try it. Like, I think we need, we need that. We need an outlet. Like, historically, the counselor has been the barbershop. The counselor has been your brother, but a lot of us don't have what I realize. We don't have friends that we honestly can trust, that we can go to, where we can really be transparent without being judged, where we can kind of put it out on the table and say, yo, this is what I'm going through. Like I think we need that. Like, I think we need community. We need somebody who we can literally trust to say, yo, this is what I'm experiencing. This is how I feel, without the judgment, and be like, yo, you ever experienced something like that before? Whether we just need somebody to listen to us, or whether the other, our friend to be able to come back and be like, yo, I've been through it. I can share with you and show you what's on the other side, or whatever the case may be. Like, I think that's necessary. But I think it's something that we don't talk about enough. I think it's something that we don't delve into enough. I know I'm not, where I usually am. I don't got my lighting good, but it was just on my mind where I was thinking about it, and I wanted to take a break and kind of holler at y'all about this, because I think it's something that we probably need to talk about a little bit more. Like, I'm looking for a group of brothers that I can call and I can talk to about, whatever the situation may be, man. Marriage is hard. Relationships is hard. Raising your children is hard. Being being on a job as a God-fearing man of God, and sometimes responding in God's likeness is hard. You know what I mean? Like, we got bills and stuff, we got houses, where we got mortgages we got to pay for, and the whole nine. And I think we leave a little bit of pieces of ourselves out there as we sacrifice, and we carry a lot of weight. As a matter of fact, I was listening. If y'all haven't seen it, I seen an interview a while ago. It was Nikki Giovanni. I believe she gotta be like 80 or something right now, but it was Nikki Giovanni, the poet, the author. And she was talking to, if I'm not mistaken, James Baldwin. And this is back in 1971. And I was watching it because I really wanted to, I was really taken back by the fact that it was 1971. So when they talk about King, they're talking about how he just passed. When they're talking about Huey Newton and the Black Panthers, they're living it in that moment. When they're talking about the struggles of what's going on in Black America, like, I wanted to hear from that perspective. Nikki she got to be in her middle 80s, but at that time she was 28 years old. She was young. She was actually beautiful. And I was listening to her talk, a strong Black woman. And I'm listening to James Baldwin, and they had two completely different perspectives. If you had that famous quote where she was talking about how the Black man comes home to his woman and he gives her the worst of him. She said, when you at work, you smile in front of your boss's face, and that boss doesn't know that you can't stand him. That boss doesn't know that you don't like him at all, because you do what you have to do to keep that job. You do what you have to do to put shoes on your baby's feet, to put food in your kids' mouths, to put a roof over your families. So you never show your attitude. You sacrifice, you eat humble pie, you do whatever you need to do. You smile, you shuck and jive, you do the dance. And you come home worn, and you come home tired, and you come home stripped sometimes of your dignity and integrity, right? And as a brother, as a man, we lean on our wives, right? Because we can finally just be ourselves. We can finally just relax. We can finally just stop pretending and let that hard day wash off of us. But then sometimes it comes off as harshness to the women that we love. And Nikki's point was, if you love me, then lie to me. She was like, no, you gotta lie to me. You gotta lie to me. You gotta smile in my face. You gotta tell me everything is gonna be okay. You gotta shuck and jive with me. You do it for him and you don't love him. You're supposed to love me, make me feel good. Don't give him the best of you and then give me the worst of you at the exact same time. And I feel her point. Like it's a very poignant point. But at the same time, Sir James Baldwin, he comes back and he said, and he's talking about now the human condition as a man. He says, he was like, baby, while I understand you, he says, I'm thinking the human condition, after I do this all day long, I don't have the energy to come home and put on a completely different performance. He was like, I'm going to explode. I'm going to blow up. You understand? So it's a good interview. It's real. I'm not picking nobody's side on this whole thing. I think that it's hard. The human condition that we live in, just being humans on this earth and going through what we go through, it's hard. It's difficult, which is why I'm saying we need an outlet sometimes where we can go and we can be ourselves. I'm not advocating lying to your woman. I'm not. But you have to take care of her in love at the same time. So you got to find that balance. You understand what I'm saying? And we have to have the wherewithal and the wisdom, even on a job, to try to go out and find something which is not torture every day when we work, and the patience to be able to endure the jobs that we do have until we can find the one that's a little bit more peaceful. But the reality of the situation is that it's not easy. Nobody has an easy road. Your condition and your struggles are not unique to you alone. Other brothers are sharing it. And I'm just reiterating the message that we need community. Because together, you as my brothers, in this community, we're going to have to lean on each other. We're going to sometimes be each other's counselors for those of us who don't want to actually go through the motions of actually going and getting the psychological counseling. I think I'm going to try it. I'm going to see what it is. I can't talk about it and I knock it. I'm tired of knocking something and I haven't given it the opportunity to talk. I want to see if that release, maybe it's going to work for me. Maybe it's going to give me a release, give me a different perspective. Until then, I'm going to keep reading my Bible and I'm going to keep talking to y'all. So, God bless you. Let me know how you think about it, what you think about it.